Welcome back to Dishing You Well. As always, I'm excited to have y'all back, dishers. Today, I have 3 appetizers I want to show y'all how to make. These appetizers are perfect for any game day, party, situation you have planned. Quick and easy little bites. I'm going to be showing you how to make buffalo wings, Parmesan garlic wings, and pizza bombs. So I'm going to get right into the ingredients you'll be needing today. You'll be needing, depending on the size party that you're hosting, you're going to need, I have 1 bag of wing flame. This is a 3-pound bag. So if you're making, this is basically for 4, maybe 4 adults. So if your party is 8, you want to get 2 bags, 12, 3 bags, and so on. You're also going to need, for the wings, you're going to need vegetable oil, salt, butter or margarine, 1 stick for 4 people. So if you're doing 8, you want to double this, or so on. You're going to need hot sauce. I'm using Frank's today, the absolute best. You're going to need grated Parmesan, seasoning salt, black pepper, white vinegar, 1 to 2 cups of flour, and that'll be just for the wings. You're also going to need grated garlic. Well, not grated garlic. You're going to need minced garlic, or you can also use fresh garlic. Now for the pizza bombs, you're going to need 1 can of biscuits. I prefer using I'm using the Southern style today. You can use the original or the butter flavored. You can even use the flaky, but I would suggest the flaky would be okay if that's what you had, but I would prefer not using the flaky if you don't want to end up having flaky crust. And with that, you're also going to need pepperonis. If you don't eat pork, they have turkey pepperoni options, or you can even use sausage. It's endless to what you can add to the pizza bombs. Whatever toppings you prefer on your pizza would be exactly what you would put in these pizza bombs. You're going to need pizza sauce and grated mozzarella. And for that also, you're going to need a muffin dish, or a cupcake or a muffin dish. I'm using a 6 muffin regular size dish. I don't suggest using the mini muffin dish. It wouldn't work. So if you had the 12 cup dish, that'll be great also. But that's basically all you'll be needing today. And I'm going to go right into the next step, that's getting everything prepared. See you when we get back. Alright, so our next step is a very important step that you want to take when preparing any chicken or poultry, and that's making sure that it's thoroughly washed. As you can see right here, I have a bowl of cold water. I've added a few capfuls of vinegar. You can use white vinegar, apple cider vinegar is totally fine. And to that, you want to add in your chicken. You basically want to give that a good move around, making sure that the vinegar coats every bit of the chicken pieces. And with the other hand, of course, you don't want to touch anything with that hand, but with the other hand, you want to throw in 2, well, that's actually 1 lemon that I sliced in half. You can't use lime or lemon. You want to place that in, and you want to go through each piece, and you're going to rub the lemon all over it, making sure that any slime or gunk that would be on the chicken is rubbed off. What I've also added to the water, I forgot to mention, is salt, table salt. So the table salt is actually going to give you a little bit of abrasiveness to basically rub in the chicken. That's going to make sure that anything that doesn't belong on the chicken will be removed. So what you want to do is you want to do this. You're going to empty your cup of water, well, your bowl of water. You're going to add fresh water back to the bowl, and you're going to add your chicken back in, and you want to do that at least 2 or 3 times. So I'm going to get ready to finish doing that now, and when I come back, I'll show you the next step. All right, so next, what you want to do is, in a skillet or frying pan, You want to place cooking oil, vegetable oil, whatever is your choice, inside of the pan, and you want to turn your fire up to a medium heat. You want to put enough oil. You don't have to fill it to the top, but you want to put enough oil in the pan that'll be able to cover the wingets. And you want to leave at least another inch also. And also, in your oven, you want to turn your oven to 325 and get that preheated. Once that's done, we can move on to the next step. All right, so while your oil is heating up and your oven is coming to a 350 or 325, you want to start preparing your chicken. Remember, you want to make sure that your chicken wings are extremely dry. You can do that by using paper towels. You want to put it in a strainer first, and then you want to basically dry it completely with the paper towel. You want to make sure that your wings are extremely dry before seasoning them and putting them inside of the oil. So right here, I have my chicken wings laid out, and you want to begin to lightly season them. You have to remember, the star of the chicken is going to be the buffalo sauce and the Parmesan garlic. So you don't want to overly season them. You want to definitely give them a light sprinkle, a very light sprinkle of seasoning. You don't want to overpower the buffalo sauce or the lemon Parmesan. So here's garlic powder and black pepper. Just a little bit will do. You want to go in, turn them over. Remember, it's very important that your wingets are dry when you proceed to this step. I'm going to basically separate these into two sections, being as though I'm making two flavored wings. You want to go back in, lightly season them, just a very little bit, and that's pretty much it. And in this bowl, I'm going to add my cup of flour. To that cup of flour, I'm going to lightly season it with just seasoning salt and garlic powder. Give that a stir. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add half of these wings to the flour mixture. You can do this with a Ziploc bag also, but being as though I'm only making a small portion, yeah, that'll be it. One more. And you want to move that around. Basically move that around so every bit is coated with flour. Once you've done that, you want to pretty much put the flour portion to the side, and we're going to move on to the next step, just using the unfloured portions. We're going to start with this. We're going to put this to the side, and we're going to do that after. When we come back, I'll have my oil all heated, and I'll show you how to go into the next step. All right, as you can see, I have my oil that's pretty much ready. It's been heated enough. So we're going to basically take the seasoned portions that we've seasoned earlier, and we're going to place it into the hot oil. As you can see, it's pretty hot, so be very careful. And that's why I mentioned earlier to not fill your oil up to the top, so you can prevent it spilling over. all of the pieces get inside of the pan, the temperature of the oil will drop significantly. So don't worry about it being too hot, because crowding the pan is going to lower the temperature of the oil. Although it won't be crowded, but so now that we've got all of our pieces in, you're going to let this cook for around 13 minutes maybe. In the meantime, as you can see, I have a small skillet in the back that I'm going to turn on a medium heat, a medium low actually. We're going to turn it to a 3, and we're going to get that margarine melted, or butter, whichever one you're using. I also have another pan right here. I'm going to get some butter put in this pan also, so we can have both of those ready and prepared for our next step. So right now, I'm going to let these fry up. You'll know when they're pretty much done because the wingets will actually float to the top. So in around 13 minutes, this will be done. So we're going to wait for that to happen, and we're going to get right back. All right, so while our wingets are finishing up, we're going to start on our buffalo sauce. So right here in the back burner, we have our margarine fully melted. So to that mixture, you're going to add your hot sauce. How much do you add? It depends on how hot you want your sauce. The more sauce you put in, the hotter your buffalo sauce will be. The more margarine and butter, the milder it'll be. So you'll know how hot it'll be based on the color also. And to that, you want to add just a capful of white vinegar. That's it. So you can taste your sauce to see if it's to your liking. If it's not hot enough, you can always add more hot sauce. If it's too hot, you can just add a little bit more margarine. I'm going to add maybe a splash more. And you're going to let that just heat through for about a minute or two. And after that's done, you can take it off the flame and set it to the side. When I come back, I'll show you the next step. All right, so right here, I have my wingets out of the oil. They've already been drained onto a paper towel to eliminate any excess oil. I have my sauce set to the side. It's been thoroughly cooled. In the meantime, the other wingets that we've battered in the flour is inside of the oil, frying up. So now, the next step is pretty simple. We're basically going to get these wings sauced. So what you'll do is, I have a bowl right here. You'll just add the wingets to the bowl. They're already thoroughly cooked, so the cooking process is pretty much done. So we'll just add them to the bowl, and you'll start to add in your buffalo sauce that we made. You add in as little or as much as you want. So you can start as you can see, for that small amount, that's all we need. So you'll just coat these. Coat them thoroughly. And you'll pretty much set these to the side. You can let these sit for about 3 minutes, and all the excess sauce you can drain off, unless you like to have them extra saucy. You can always put the sauce and leave the sauce that's left in the pan in an extra container in case someone wants to dip it inside of extra sauce. But that process is pretty much done. So now what I'll do is I'll show you how to get these Parmesan garlic wings set up. Be right back. All right, so while the rest of your wings are browning up, what I have here is another saucepan with melted butter. And to that butter, I'm going to add in a spoonful of minced garlic. You're going to add that to the melted butter, and you're going to get that sauteed up. You want to watch it very closely. Garlic burns very fast, so you don't want to walk away from this at all. As soon as you see it start to brown, you want to remove it immediately from the fire. You can also add a few sprinkles of garlic powder. You want to move that around. You're going to let this cook up for no more than 3 or 4 minutes. Once it starts to brown and you see it, you want to take it off the flame, and we're going to go on to the next step. All right, so our butter and garlic mixture is cooled and set to the side. We have our battered wingets drained of any excess oil, and right here I have a bowl. So I'm going to show you how to put our garlic Parmesan wings together. You want to basically take the wingets and place them inside of a large bowl, and you want to take the garlic and oil mixture. Even with all the bits of garlic, they've been cooked up, so don't worry about that. And you want to pour that over your wingets, making sure you get it on every piece. Next, what you want to do is you're going to take your grated Parmesan cheese and you want to sprinkle it all through the bowl. And to make sure that every piece gets mixed in and coated, you can put a plate on top of it. Be careful and just give it a shake. Just shake it around, and that's pretty much making sure that the Parmesan is on every piece. And there you have it. You might want to put a little bit more garlic, a little bit more Parmesan on, making sure that give it another shake. As you can see, all of the garlic and Parmesan infused inside of these wingets. And that's pretty easy. So you're pretty much done with that step. All right, now with our oven already preheated to 325 degrees, we're going to get these pizza bombs ready. So to start off with, what you're going to do is you're going to thoroughly spray your muffin pan with the cooking spray. It's very important because you don't want these to stick at all. And this is baking spray, meaning it has flour in it too, so it's going to definitely assist with the sticking process. And you're going to go in with your biscuits, and you're going to take the biscuit and you're going to start to flatten it. You want to flatten your biscuit as much as you can. So you're basically going to take your time and go around the biscuit, flatten it and pulling it at the same time so you can expand it as much as possible. Then you're going to go in to the muffin dish and you're going to press it down, pulling up the sides. But you want to make sure you press down in the middle so you can have a hollow portion so you can start adding your ingredients. In the first layer, you want to add a small amount of mozzarella cheese. Then you want to go in with, and I have my pizza sauce here. I salted my pizza sauce a little bit because I tend to always realize that they don't really salt their pasta sauces and pizza sauces the way some of us like it. So you want to add a bit of pizza sauce. Then you want to go in with as many or as little pepperonis as you like, depending on how you like your pizza. Or, as I said earlier, you can add sausages or chicken or vegetables, or you can actually not add anything and just have cheese pizza bombs. A little bit more sauce. At the top of it, you want to add a layer of mozzarella cheese. And you want to just pull it in a little bit. You don't have to cover the top with the dough, but you just want to pull it in a little bit because the biscuit is going to cook around it anyway. Again, you repeat that step. Pull the biscuits apart as wide as you can. If you rip it, it's okay. It's going to cook around itself anyway, so don't worry about that, but you definitely want to be careful. Pull it apart, flatten it, stretch it as much as you can. Place it in the middle. Make sure that there's a bottom and it's hollow enough. Pull up the sides. You definitely want all the sides to be peeking over the rim. One layer of cheese. One spoonful of sauce. Pepperonis. And a bit more cheese. Again, pull up the sides. Make sure they're up. And you repeat that step until you've done all of the cups. And that's pretty much it. After you've done it all, you want to place it in your oven for around, set it to 15 minutes. And after every 2 minutes or so, you want to keep checking it. We're going to get this in the oven and we're going to come right back and I'll show you what's next. All right, so the pizza bombs are complete. I had them in the oven for around 19, 20 minutes. They're thoroughly cooked through. As you can see, you're gonna let these cool for a few minutes before you attempt to take them out of the muffin mix, the muffin dish. As you can see, there's no sticking to the sides. There's no sticking. As soon as this cools, give it like 5 minutes. You can take them out of the platter and you can basically place them. When I come back, I'll show you how we get everything set up. Well, there you have it. Delicious buffalo wings, garlic Parmesan wings, and flavorful pizza bombs. Ready for your next Super Bowl event. Whether it's a party or any game day event, you definitely want to include this recipe. So until next time, I'm dishing you well.